One of the protesters, Reverend Ntlha, now joins us from South Africa. Reverend, you're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm delighted to be your guest today, and greetings to your viewers.
Thank you. Rev, can you just let us in on what motivated you to join today's march in support of Gaza and why this cause is so important to you personally?
Well, the Gaza issue and the Palestinian struggle more generally is one that we identify with at two levels. Firstly, the fact that many people have come to the understanding that even before the October 7th, 2 years ago, that Israel was practicing apartheid. So there is a sense in which, as a South African, we see what used to be our pain in South Africa. We see it played out in Palestine and in Gaza, more specifically. Even beyond the apartheid, it is much worse than what we've seen, because in South Africa we never had to deal with a white community that wanted to genocide us. They wanted to exploit us, they wanted our cheap labor, but genociding us was not part of their ideology. In this case, we see that playing out, which is the reason South Africa took Israel to the International Court of Justice. But on a second level, it resonates with us because our faith, my name is Moses, and my father's name is David. And so you can see that the heroes of Israel have been historically the heroes of many Christians in South Africa. And so there is a sense in which when we look at the story of Israel today, we realize how against every teaching of Christ that we have come to see in the pages of the Bible. And so there is a religious reason why we stand against Israel, because somehow it has framed the struggle of Israel as if it is a Christian obligation for all Christians around the world to stand uncritically with Israel. And so we think that is a false narrative, and we're marching today to reclaim the idea that God is a God of justice, that in the last day, as the Bible tells us, people will be separated into the sheep and the goats, and the sheep will be those who, when they saw the poor hungry, they gave them something to eat. When they saw them thirsty, they gave them some water to drink. And this is what Jesus will say: as often as you've done this to the least, you've done it to me. So we see what Netanyahu and Trump have done over the last 2 years, denying people water, denying them medical care, denying them food, as being everything that Jesus stands against. And it is such a tragedy that around the world, the Christian Zionism has claimed that actually Christ requires all of us to side with the project of Zionism.
Reverend, I know that when things began to escalate, former Minister Naledi Pandor had made it quite clear where South Africa's stance was. But I think I would like to hear from you. How do you see the role of South Africans and global communities in advocating for peace and justice in Gaza?
I think the situation requires, and this is the global community needs to listen very clearly to the people who have suffered from the racist ideologies and the colonial ideologies of Europe and North America. I think we have fresh memories. Well, all of sub-Saharan Africa have fresh memories of how Europe in the 1800s cut up Africa to colonize it. And when it is the case that most European powers who were guilty of colonizing us now think it is okay to colonize Palestinian people, and supported as they do by the Americans who went in the United States colonizing and causing great injury to Aboriginal, to American Indians. All of these people are colonial in mindset. And it's time they heard and listened to the people who suffered colonialism, who know what it is, and who know that a better future is possible. And so, which is why we are proud that South Africa was among those who took Israel to court to demand accountability. And I think increasingly my expectation would be that all of sub-Saharan Africa that knows the pain of colonialism will rise up in protest about the colonialism that is masquerading in the name of the biblical scriptures to oppress Palestinian people.
Reverend Moses Siyabonga Baba, thank you so much. That's the only time that we have, but thank you for those insights.